I'm even thinking, wait a minute, they're going to have a Flash in a movie that's different than Grant Gustin? What? Look, I know from experience, I have to be really careful about what I say regarding Star Wars because my voice in that regard is amplified. And I'm opinionated, and part of the process is, going at it with the writer, the directors, everybody. Wardrobe. Wouldn't I have pockets here? It's a collaborative thing, see? From top to bottom, man, the script, everything. But once that has been decided, my job now is to do the best I can to realize the vision that's written in that script. All that time for arguing and saying, oh, I think I should do this, and can I say that, and can I not say that, that's over. And we're sort of now, we're in a weird limbo right now, all of us, not just people that were involved in the making of the film, but the people that are waiting to see this thing. It's finished, but it's not out yet. And recently they sent Mary Lou and Chelsea and I to Berlin and to London. I said, wait a minute, let me get this straight. We're publicizing a movie we're not allowed to talk about? Basically, yeah. But they know me, They love me on the radio because they go, good morning, and then 45 minutes later they say, well, we're sorry, we're all out of time. We wish we could have asked you a question, but there's no dead air, ever. Because I like talking. I also loved on radio when they had call-in shows. I took over a radio show in the summer. No one heard it because it was a car show 9 months of the year, and then for 3 months I took it over and I called it Better Things with Mark Hamill. And I played just enough of my favorite Kinks song, one of my favorite Kinks songs, Better Things, just shy of having to pay Ray royalties. Because by the way, I invited Ray and Dave to be my guests at The Force Awakens. And the night it happened, I said, where's Ray and Dave? Neither one of them showed. They sent, Ray sent his, I forget who, friends. Like his agent's daughter. He had 4 tickets. Dave sent Russell, his son, and I don't know. So, my connection is interesting because I was just a fan, of the Kinks, and I saw them at the Whiskey in 1969, and they eventually, when we were going to see them at Madison Square Garden, they had been on the road in America and seen Star Wars 3 or 4 times. So somebody came up to us and said, "The band wants to meet you backstage." So I thought, oh, okay. I'm always wary, I don't like always meeting people because a lot of times they don't match up to what you want them to be in real life, Comedians are like too mean or bitter or something, and then they're still funny, but it taints how you perceive them. These guys were, rock stars. I don't know rock stars, but they were nice, and we did pictures and so forth. But what happened was, when we went to do Empire Strikes Back, I lived right around the block from Dave. And Dave's wife at the time sort of hit it off with Mary Lou, and they had children roughly the ages of my kids. So they go off for, shopping and, whatever. And it leaves Dave and I and it turns out, he loved British comedy like Tony Hancock and Porridge and a lot of obscure British comedy that I hadn't seen. So he was showing me all his stuff. I was showing him all my stuff. I know Dave a lot more than I know Ray. Ray will come to see a play I do and then maybe go for dinner afterwards. But he's much more, Dave I know much better. And I got to interview them for a magazine. And see, all these little fringe benefits, you see, are so unexpected. Seriously, I've never left the house once where my wife and daughter didn't say, like, "You're wearing that with that?" Okay. Guess who was on the cover of GQ? It's so so hilarious. It really is hilarious. But of course, somebody dressed me. Hugo Bass picked out my clothes, including a long white cape. Did you see that? Everybody should wear a cape, at least at some point. Oh, I want to tell you about that little tape recorder I got. I started recording all those Universal horror films. And I became I was like in 3rd grade, I guess. And I wanted to know who talks like this. When you sit to them, the children of the night. What sweet music they make. I never think. Bye. Who talks like this? Who talks like this? Because you couldn't go on, IMDb, Bela Lugosi, oh, he's from Hungary, blah, blah. It was a mystery. And my father had no time for this. He's Dracula, he's from Dracula land. They all talk like that in Dracula land. Just that. I love Peter Lorre. I loved him because he was so creepy. He had those big eyes. And I would use, Nina and the Count, that's pretty much my Bela Lugosi. I remember driving out of the audition thinking, every actor in this town does Dracula. I'm not sure there aren't dogs in this town who can do Dracula. What makes me think I'm going to get this part? That was one that was just arbitrary. But again, I loved it. But it disturbed my parents. I know they were not happy about it, Why does the boys call all that? Why does he speak that way? He sort of has a lisp or some sort. I don't know what it is. And where is he from? I felt that about Stan Laurel. Now, Oliver Hardy, I said he's somewhere from the South. But Laurel, where is he from? And the Beatles, are you kidding me? We went to see Our Hard Day's Night. It was like they were from another planet. They looked normal, and they were funny and great music, and didn't take themselves seriously, but who speaks like that? It's weird. My parents would say, honey, yeah, that's a good Elmer Fudd, but honey, imitating Elmer Fudd is not going to help you in life. It's not going to help you with your job. Now, it didn't help to have my older brother, Bill, first of all, he's like one of the most fantastic people I've ever met. He's smart, he's funny, he's tall, he's athletic, he's handsome. Everybody idolized him in the family. It was like there was nothing left for me. I was designated oddball black sheep who does Elmer Fudd impressions and puppet shows. Like I say, all of these things have this cumulative effect, and around 2012, like I say, Joker came back with the Arkham games, and and on the Trickster, they called and they said they want you to come back on The Flash. I said, I love John Wesley Shipp. I did it with Paul DeMeo and Danny Bilson in the original incarnation. And I said, well, I'm a peer of John's in real life, and I've been watching the show. He's been wrongly accused of murdering his wife, and he's been wrongly convicted. And so smart. These new shows have that serial novel thread running through it. Ours were all standalone, so we missed a trick early on. I think that was so smart of them. But these guys are brilliant. I mean, they bring back Archie and Veronica and turn it into Twin Peaks. Jughead's like the coolest guy on the show, right? They're so smart. And so I thought, well, if I'm a peer of John Wesley Shipp, I could be like the warden in the prison. I could be a cellmate. Who knows? Who do they want me to play? They said the Trickster. I said, are you out of your minds? Look, let's make it age appropriate. I was borderline not sure I could get into that unitard in the 90s. Where's the dignity? I mean, you got the big clown curly shoes and whatever. But they said, look, we'll do it smart, we'll do it, and you saw how it was. I mean, here he was in prison, sort of Hannibal Lecter helping bring down the new trickster played by Devin Gray, and how great was he? Oh my God. Let me tell you something. This guy, Devin, is so good that scene in the prison, they didn't do the master, that's where you can see everybody, and then they go in for coverage. So it'll be over Devin's shoulder onto me, and then Devin out and just a close-up. And they did my coverage first. So we all turned around to do Devin's coverage. And he, unlike when I was doing my coverage, was so achingly real. A really damaged young man with the tears strolling down his face. I mean, I was so moved. Mark was so moved. I'm sure the trickster would have probably found it amusing. Something very wrong with that guy. I'm just saying, I had no idea how powerful he was going to play it by playing the reality. Because I'm sort of a stock comic book nutso job, I mean, he's so untethered to reality. To see this young guy play someone that was so needy emotionally and so damaged, oh man,